It's so sideways. Holy shit.
This person's like, what the fuck?
So today we're going to do a little bit of work on the Trans Am. I got a weird, I don't know, I'm getting more and more electrical problems with the factory wiring. The car is from 1986, so more and more I'm thinking of just replacing the entire body harness itself, just to eliminate those things and do away with that, just because weird things are happening where like turn signals stop working and then they come back on, and just gremlins that I don't really want to deal with anymore. So today we're going to put in the new Lingenfelter 2-step. So I got that going and see how that works out. I'm still waiting for my new steering wheel to come in from NRG, and hook that up for the line lock, so it's got the buttons on the steering wheel itself. I may work on hooking up the launch control to that as well, and see how that works out. It is getting pretty cold here in Toronto, so the slicks are probably coming off very, very soon. Put my winter tires on, and just for storage, so I don't sit on those. And I'm going to move the Civic, move the car, and see if we can make some flames. Okay, so I got the Lingenfelter box hooked up, just temporarily. Want to see if it works. Currently set to 3,400 RPM, so we're going to fire it up and make sure it works. Alright, so another quick little update. We're just following up. 2-steps working. Just got my steering wheel in, so I got the factory one off already, which actually was really easy to do. Surprisingly, I think that steering wheel's been changed in the car before with another stock one. The steering wheel nut was less than finger tight, so it just slid right off, no problem. Didn't need a steering wheel puller for that, so that was nice to find out. But moving forward, so I got the Energy steering wheel here, straight one, a little bit smaller than the factory, which I kind of like. This one does not have a horn button, so I'm going to order a cap with a horn button. So I'm not going to have a horn for now. I don't really want to hook it up to one of the push buttons, so we shall see about that. So one thing I do like with the steering wheel off, it's really easy to get inside the car. So I'm actually highly considering getting the quick release. We'll see how this sits in a moment in terms of depth. It seems it's a little bit further away, but shouldn't be too bad. But I know the quick release is quite a bit longer, about 2 to 3 inches longer, so it will bring the steering wheel pretty close to me, and I don't want that. So it does make it pretty hard to reach the turn signals. So we'll play that by ear. As I mentioned, I want to get a new cap just because I got no horn, and you gotta land the horn sometimes. It's not complete race car yet where I don't need that, but I want it. So we're gonna bolt this on and be good to go there. Now on the back as well, the buttons, the wiring for them do have a channel in here, which is nice, but I want to hook up the line lock to the steering wheel. So this is what came with my line lock, which I don't want to use. I think it's just really dinky, and that it's not going to work for me. It's supposed to mount onto a steering wheel or somewhere like a shifter or e-brake. I'd rather use the buttons on the steering wheel. The problem with that is fishing wires down to do so. So this doesn't have a nice, well, it does have a hole that passes through, but the column itself, I don't have a nice spot to get the wires past the Energy base itself, down below where I can make this a very clean install. And not have anything or a spiral cord coming through. I kind of don't like the look of the spiral cord. but that may be the way I have to go. So I'm going to leave the 2 wires, or the 4 wires for the buttons out, so that I can figure out something that I want to do with that, and go from there. So primarily the 2 buttons, I want to have it set up that one will be a dedicated line lock and the other will be for the momentary activation of the 2-step. So that's ideally what I want to do. But for now they'll just be dead. Right now for 2-step it's just a clutch pedal on the base of the clutch itself, using a clutch switch. So ideally I want to just press a momentary button where that's active, and the moment I release the clutch it deactivates, and then 2-step's no longer active. So that's ideally how they're supposed to be run. Right now every time I clutch it'll activate the 2-step if I hit the limiter, so kind of want to default from that. It also allows me to wiring up this way allows me to use the no lift shift feature of the Lingenfelter boxes as well, so that will be neat to keep in boost, and I can kind of bang gears and not lose all that spool up. So let's get this finished up, and that'll be it for today's video. All right, steering wheel's in, done, very easy. It's not too far out. It's a lot smaller of a steering wheel compared to the original behemoth over here. So that will be a little bit hard to get used to, but feels nice. I'd say the quality of the steering wheel, it's solid. It's not overly expensive, so I'm not expecting the greatest of suede on it either, but it works for me. I thought about going with the more expensive Alcantara, but I feel like this just kind of matched more the leather interior itself, so they're easy to change, and if I ever want a different one I can easily swap it out. But I'm gonna get a horn button for that, and we'll figure out what to do with these 2 guys. So that's it for now. See you next time.